COVID-19 vaccine candidate is 90% effective, says manufacturer.
Here's a summary of the article.
A vaccine against COVID-19 is in sight, with the announcement of the first interim results in large-scale trials showing the Pfizer-BioNTech candidate is 90% effective, according to the manufacturers, whose analysis shows a much better performance than most experts had hoped for. The high percentage of those protected makes the findings compelling. Regulators have said they would approve a vaccine that is just 50% effective, protecting half those who get it. Today is a great day for science and humanity. The first set of results from our Phase 3 COVID-19 vaccine trial provides the initial evidence of our vaccine's ability to prevent COVID-19, said Dr. Albert Bourla, the Pfizer chairman and CEO. We are reaching this critical milestone in our vaccine development program at a time when the world needs it most, with infection rates setting new records, hospitals nearing overcapacity and economies struggling to reopen. The Phase 3 trials have involved more than 43,000 people. People from Black and minority ethnic backgrounds appear to have been as well protected as everyone else, the company says. Gathering the required safety data will take until the third week of November, says the company.
This post received a score of 100,000, with an upvote ratio of 87%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
No vaccine offers 100%, and I think the main aim is to vaccinate enough to reduce the person-to-person spread.
I think Fauci was saying they were aiming for something like 55% efficacy, so if this is truly 90% or close to it, that's massive.
90% is incredible. It means that we only need like 60 to 70% of people to take it to get to herd immunity levels. Theoretically, there's some debate on what this percentage should be. The closer to 100% the better, but you start to see the effects much earlier than that. 70 to 80% might be enough for this virus. I know we want everyone to take it, but there's a significant number of people that won't because reasons. If this vaccine were only 60% effective, it would still be good news, but it would mean we'd need almost every person to get vaccinated. Now we have a little wiggle room.
Greater than a significant number of people that won't because reasons is a bit of a strong word in this context.
While there are obviously some people that won't get vaccinated for stupid conspiracy-based reasons, there are also groups with legitimate, health-based reasons not to get vaccinated. People with weakened immune systems, the very old, and the very young. That's why it's so important that everyone who can get vaccinated does, to create herd immunity for those who can't.
There are also a few people that would want to wait for full testing of the vaccine to make sure there aren't long-term effects.
Since all vaccines work on the same principles, it's hard to imagine any long-term effects from a particular vaccine which aren't long-term effects of any other vaccine. As an mRNA-based vaccine, the Pfizer candidate will be safer than many other vaccines that are currently administered. Remember, vaccines aren't some long-term drug that stays in your body for months or years, fighting infection on its own but also potentially causing side effects over the long run. Live virus vaccines are the most dangerous kind of vaccine, because the mutation that happens during viral replication can very rarely cause the virus to revert to a more dangerous strain.
Isn't this the first mRNA vaccine that would ever be approved? Aren't there some risk implications with that? I should mention that I don't know much about this and am genuinely trying to learn more, not poke holes.
Yes, but most of that is due to mRNA vaccines being a new concept that only in the last few years have become viable, cheap enough, and easy enough to actually be worth seeking approval for. The theory for mRNA vaccines is all good, very easy to develop, cheap, fast and easy to manufacture, and in theory safe because you are not introducing the virus in any way. Ideally, if this happened again, we would have vaccine production started just weeks after the outbreak, and with sufficient planning, PPE and testing you would stomp it out before it becomes global.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.